As you probably have seen over the past 2 months, northern South America has tragically been hit by a couple of enormous earthquakes. In June, Venezuela experienced a magnitude 7.2 earthquake, followed seconds later by a 7.5, which killed more than 6,000 people. Then, on August 10th, Colombia was struck by a magnitude 7.4 earthquake, killing around 290 people. So what's going on? And does this mean Ecuador could be next? Well, northern South America is one of the most tectonically complicated regions on Earth, where the Caribbean, South American, and Nazca plates interact. But these earthquakes are not simply moving south along one giant fault. The Venezuelan earthquake occurred near the Caribbean South American plate boundary, so that was unrelated to Ecuador. The Colombian earthquake is more relevant to Ecuador because both countries are affected by the Nazca plate being pushed beneath South America. The good news is that the Colombian earthquake occurred more than 100 kilometers underground, deep within the subduction system, so it did not rupture the shallow offshore megathrust shared by Colombia and Ecuador, the fault line where the Nazca plate is locked against the South American plate near the coast. That distinction really matters because if a large Colombian earthquake had broken that shallow shared fault, it could have redistributed stress onto neighboring sections further south, including toward Ecuador, potentially increasing concern about another rupture nearby. But that's not what happened here. The earthquake occurred much deeper, so there's no evidence that it significantly loaded the dangerous offshore fault that extends into Ecuador. So overall, there's no evidence that this Colombian earthquake significantly increased the likelihood of Ecuador being next. But Ecuador doesn't need this earthquake to be at risk. The Nazca plate is consistently being forced beneath Ecuador. Stress continues accumulating along the crust, and active faults also run through the Andes. So, could Ecuador experience a massive earthquake? Well, yeah, but Colombia's recent earthquake doesn't mean that it's about to happen.